Real American Freestyle has made its way to the gateway to the West. 11 matchups on the slate tonight, including 2 RAF title matches and the RAF debut of the Wolf, Hamzat Chimaev. From inside Chaifetz Arena on the campus of St. Louis University, freestyle wrestling takes center stage in the Show Me States. It is time for Real American Freestyle. This is RAF 10 St. Louis. To kick off our night, our public address announcer, Mackenzie Mitchell.
Welcome to St. Louis, Missouri for Real American Freestyle 10. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remove your caps for the singing of our national anthem by Alexis Wilkins. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. God bless y'all. God bless America.
Welcome to the land of the free, in the home of the brave. We do it freestyle, you and me style, like we did in the good old days. Everything's made in the USA. Hand on your heart when the song gets played. When the gloves come on, you find out where you stand. That's real American. That's real American. It's real American.
An amazing energy here in St. Louis. It's a packed house. The first of 11 matches on the card tonight. Arsen Harutyunyan, 4-time gold medalist at the European Championships. Caleb Smith, an All-American for Mark Manning in the Big Red in Lincoln, Nebraska. Harutyunyan and Smith to kick off RAF 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first match is set for 3 periods in the Real American Freestyle Bantamweight division. Introducing first, all the way from Armenia, a reigning world bronze medalist, Arsen Harutyunyan.
Harutyunyan, 2-time Olympian, 4-time world medalist. He's on the RAF stage, making his RAF debut.
and his opponent from High Point, North Carolina, a two-time NCAA All-American at Nebraska, Caleb Smith.
Also making his RAF debut is Caleb Smith from High Point, North Carolina, a two-time All-American at Nebraska. He was 7th in 2025 after a 6th place finish in 2024. This matchup is brought to you by Brio, the official water partner of RAF. Get clean, refreshing water and ice on demand. Use code RAF20 for 20% off at BrioWater.com. Shane Sparks, Juliana Pena, Chael Sonnen. This has a different energy tonight, Chael.
This place is packed. They put out an announcement. This is a record gate. Now, that's dollars and revenues, but every seat is taken. And Caleb with the takedown. Hey, what's up with this Husker invasion, man? What has Mark Manning got going on out there?
How about Caleb Smith in the first 7 seconds gets a takedown. Great transition down to the ankles. He gets a lace. 2 and 2. Just like that. You guys can appreciate this being fighters.
Hey,
you always want to throw that big first punch. That was a Mike Tyson uppercut out of the gate.
Hey, I grabbed him yesterday. He was getting ready to cut some weight, said he had 3 pounds to go. I grabbed him, and I was just very candid with him. Hey, listen, you're a young guy. You're taking on a real veteran. This guy's coming over from Europe. He's won everything you can win. He said, no. He said, I'm going to put an American style on him. I said, what do you mean by that? He said, pace. I'm going to give him the American pace.
And he meant it, blasting right through a brick wall with that double leg. Nicely done by Caleb Smith, who says he has aspirations of being an Olympian in 2028, and that's what his goal is. That's what he's after, and this is a great start.
Both two guys exchanging some shots. Good defense there to neutralize Harutyunyan with Smith's underhook. Another shot there from Smith. This time a great counterattack from Harutyunyan, and the 26-year-old Armenian takes that lead and cuts it in half. It's now 4-2.
Fair play. Now, Sparks, give me a little attention on this. This Husker invasion. I mean, right, they had 3 athletes on the last show. Now we got Caleb Smith, Brian Schneider, Mark Manning, really getting some love over here at Real American Freestyle.
They want to compete. What a great platform. We saw Rich Lovett, Christopher Minto, and Antrell Taylor. Oh, look at that setup, and he's going to take Caleb Smith. Feet to back for 4. Action-packed first period. 10 points combined. These guys are showing up.
That's a big one. He set him on his butt there. There's an argument that it could be 2, but then Caleb exposed just enough to make that a feet to back 1 motion. 4 points is the right call. That's the kind of technique that breaks a match open, though. I'm not sure that our scoreboard is. Yes, it is.
It is right.
Everything is correct.
6-4. Harutyunyan with the lead. 25 seconds, first period. Real American Freestyle. 3 2-minute periods. Collar tie there from Harutyunyan. These guys wrestling ear to ear right on that RAF logo. Short time in the first. Caleb Smith got out to a 4-0 lead. 10 seconds in. Nice knee pick. Once again, he's hit it twice.
It's the second time he's done that. It's really a strength technique. You know, he's not really cutting an angle enough. I'm a little surprised Caleb went. There's a 2-point leg lace.
We saw Caleb Smith shot out of a cannon scoring 4 points, but short time scoring, Juliana, is so big in the final 5 seconds. Harutyunyan gets a takedown, works a leg lace, turns Smith with 2 seconds left to open things up. Here's that great transition.
Here's that takedown to the leg lace, and listen, Caleb needs to wash that round right out of his head, not let that get into his mindset for this next round. He's only down 2 points. He's got to stack them up 1 point at a time, and he's got to get it done here, especially if he wants that Olympic aspirations that he's talking about for 2028.
And if you are Caleb Smith, Chael, Harutyunyan hit that technique on you a couple of times. What adjustments do you make?
Well, that's what's really tough about it is he's really running him over like he's strengthening. I've seen guys do this when they cut an angle. Harutyunyan didn't cut that angle. He kind of just muscled him over.
10 unanswered for Harutyunyan. 4-time world medalist. In 2025, he was world bronze, and in capturing that bronze medal, he beat Spencer Lee and Roman Bravo Young to get to that 3rd spot on the podium. He's no joke.
The score is right, but their colors on their singlets are wrong, so that's a little bit confusing for me. He was down more than 2 points. I apologize.
Guys are wrestling ear to ear once again and watching their feet below the knee. Not a whole lot of active footwork at the moment. Looking for an angle. Collar ties, pushing, pulling, trying to find that opening. Technical superiority ends the match with a 10-point lead. Things have slowed down here in this second period.
Yeah, you know, and that's so tactical. When you have those guys, those Eastern Bloc guys, they come over there, the masters of the rope-a-dope. They start slowing things down to get you to relax, and then they explode into a technique like this.
Nice, that's 2 there.
Couple options. He can try to get that knee down, which it looks like he did.
Wow, that's it.
You're right where he was, Sparks.
Situation right there.
It's over.
Harutyunyan scoring on the edge and 14 unanswered. Technical superiority in his RAF debut. Arsen Harutyunyan, the 2-time Olympian and 4-time world medalist.
The match is over with 49 seconds remaining in round number 2. Your winner by technical fall, Arsen Harutyunyan. St. Louis, how we feeling? What about that first match? We need you to keep that energy all night long. Can you do it, St. Louis?
If you're new to wrestling or just want a rules
ya.
refresher, scan the QR code for a quick RAF Rules 101 breakdown with Olympic wrestler Ben Askren and learn how the scoring works before the action starts. RAF, it's about looking good and feeling good. Wear what the athletes are wearing tonight and score some exclusive RAF 10 merchandise. Scan now to unlock 25% off your order. Act now. This is a limited time offer. What a great way to start the night. It is lit here in St. Louis, RAF 10. I'm Shane Sparks.
Who wants
we
a
have
t-shirt,
11
St.
matchups
Louis?
tonight, 2 main events, and 2 RAF title matches. Austin DeSanto has been a wrecking ball. He'll wrestle Ranieri Ortega for the men's bantamweight championship. And how about Lucia Yepes El Tigre? She'll battle Kendra Ryan. It is now a pleasure to be joined by 2-time former UFC champion Juliana Pena, and of course, it's the bad guy, the Division I All-American, the UFC Hall of Famer Chael Sonnen. What a great atmosphere. It doesn't get any better than this. We have 2 main events. Arman Sarukian, 5-0 in RAF. What are you looking forward to in watching that Armenian hammer?
Dare I say the face of Real American Freestyle, but we don't put on an event without inviting Arman Sarukian. He took a little shot at his veteran opponent, Tony Ferguson. Arman told the first time I saw you, I was in the 3rd grade, but they're going to settle things tonight under this banner.
And listen, Tony Ferguson is admittedly saying, none of you guys have seen my wrestling skills before. You haven't seen anything. It's been a secret. I am ready to unleash them here tonight at Real American Freestyle. He says, Arman, you are not the face of Real American Freestyle unless you beat Tony Ferguson here tonight.
And you better be careful around St. Louis because this weekend there is a wolf on the loose. The RAF debut of Hamzat Chimaev. He gets Dylan Dennis. Let's go, Chael.
Well, not to mention the foreshadowing. I mean, a lot of guys want to get their hands on Chimaev. I'll throw Bo Nichols' name out there. I saw Max McAnally sitting in the audience tonight like Chimaev has finally arrived. These rumors have been coming around. Dagestani wrestler won 2 national championships for the country of Sweden. They say he's as good as the Olympians. We're going to find out tonight.
Dylan Dennis is not agreeing with any of that. He says, listen, you are completely underestimating me. He was able to take down Colby Covington, a Division I All-American, twice in his last show for Real American Freestyle. He says, tonight, I'm going to prove to you guys all that I'm the real deal, and I'm going to take out your guys' UFC superstar here at Real American Freestyle.
This is a great card tonight. We have an awesome lightweight matchup, and with more on that, once again, Abby Hornacek.
Yeah, that's right, Shane. You cannot forget about a wonderful matchup coming up between Aaron Pico and Lance Palmer. I talked to Aaron Pico yesterday. He said it means so much to him to return to his roots of wrestling. He just took his son to his first wrestling match and said, hey, I kind of forgot how much I loved this sport. So we have him going up against Lance Palmer. Lance Palmer, obviously a guy who wears many hats. He's training guys on the mat, also training himself. So you can expect that kind of intensity coming up on this matchup. I loved, by the way, what Juliana asked him. She said, hey, Lance, why don't you ever stop working? He said, hey, that brain just doesn't work that way. So that's what we can expect coming up. Shane, that and so much more. You got all the excitement here at RAF 10.
Jamie, looking forward to hearing more from you throughout the night. We go from the bantamweights to the heavyweights. Younger Bastida, phenomenal career, a two-time All-American for the Cyclones at Iowa State, and Shamil Sharipov, 2025 world bronze medalist, the 28-year-old born in Dagestan, Russia.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next match is in the Real American Freestyle Heavyweight Division. Introducing first, from Trinidad, Cuba, a two-time All-American, Younger Bastida.
Younger Bastida, born in Trinidad, Cuba. Beginning of his career was all freestyle, U20 World Silver and a U23 World Bronze before heading to Ames. He is powerful.
And his opponent from Dagestan, Russia, a reigning world bronze medalist, Shamil Sharipov.
And Shamil Sharipov, 1-0 in RAF. He pinned Tony Cassiope at RAF 8 in Philly this past April. One of 8 wins by fall so far in the young history of Real American Freestyle. Was able to lock up a cradle on the former Hawkeye Tony Cassiope, and he registers the fall. Sharipov was victorious in Philly, and he's got a different challenge here tonight with younger Bastida making his RAF debut. This match is brought to you by Spartans.com, the official online gaming partner of Real American Freestyle. Scan now or go to Spartans.com to play. As I mentioned, Shale, being from Cuba, it was all freestyle in the early days for younger Bastida. Goes to Iowa State, really solid career, two-time All-American. I am really looking forward to watching him in freestyle, the original style in which he fell in love with the sport.
Dare I say, possibly the biggest upset of the NCAA tournament was when Yonder went down ultimately in the finals. But yes, he's like Brer Rabbit. He's born and raised in the Briar Patch. He wants to do freestyle. Hey, he's got a tough draw tonight. Sharipov is not to be taken lightly.
And I remember he did take a fall at the NCAA finals, but when I first saw his first showing against AJ Ferrari, I was like, who is this big brother coming in and snapping the back of AJ? I was shocked. I was like, this is a grown man. He's a big boy, and he can move.
I don't know that things have quite settled between Mr. Fast Twitch and Batista. Maybe that's a match for the future we might be seeing out here on the RAF mat.
AJ's got a little bit of healing to do, but I guarantee you he wants his lick back.
And how big is this Sharipov, by the way? I mean, he looks like the bigger of the two men, and Batista's a monster.
No, I agree. Both of these gentlemen are pretty big.
Sharipov is deceptively strong. If you'll recall what he did with Cassiope, but he caught him when he was dry, but he put that cradle on, he turned him right over. It's one of these things where not very many men can do that to Cassiope. Sharipov did it.
So now we are going to have shot clock. Sharipov on the shot clock. So he's got 30 seconds to score. If he does not, it'll be a tally on the board for Bastida.
That's helpful. I like this shot clock. Got to give a shout out to our production team.
We would love to hear from you. Join us on social media using hashtag RAF10. Let's get this thing trending on this Saturday evening.
Do you remember when Cassiope wrestled against Taz Hudanov?
Yes.
And, you know, we were surprised. We're like, Cassiope did a great job. We were shocked. He really found a way to rise above himself and do a lot better than we thought he was going to do. So it was shocking to see him get pinned by Sharipov. It was incredible. That's just a testament to how good he is.
No, I agree.
1-0 Bastida, as Sharipov unable to score on the shot clock with 30 seconds.
Where did that shot clock go, by the way? Did it come up on the screen here? Because I didn't see it.
It did.
Oh, okay, I wasn't.
Underhook there from Bastida. They're on the right side trying to jack up Sharipov in his stance
And
as the first period comes to a close.
And maybe for the first-time viewers that have not really have all the nuances to freestyle wrestling, the shot clock is when no action is happening. That's how they get the point on the board. If they don't see any action, they award the point to the other guy who is pressing the action. Is that right?
That is correct. Really good crowd, great shots. What a scene. There is a great energy here in St. Louis. Here at RAF 10, some great things going on. The fan zone earlier today was sold out. Of course, we have RAF Next Gen. That'll be next month in Milwaukee. Great things happening in Real American Freestyle. Still room on the bus. Jump on board.
Hey, you know what? In the back, I saw Dan Gable tonight. First time
Gable
I ever
was
met
in the
him.
house.
You've met him before?
Many times.
All right, this was my first time face-to-face. I've spoke to him, but never actually met him.
Look at this attack here from Younger
What
Bastida.
hips? What hips?
Sharipov, like cinder block hips, crashing down on Bastida, keeping him on his shoe tops.
This guy wrestles like he's 300 pounds.
Got
This
him by the
Sharipov,
chin,
it's
too.
unbelievable how big he can get at certain
Got
times.
that head and arm.
Oh, he's choking him.
He is choking him.
Yeah, he's choking
Like
him.
going for a turn.
Oh,
he's
the ref
bleeding.
helped out.
Is he out? He's out. He is out.
Bastida is out.
He's completely out, guys. Oh, he just woke up.
That was a front headlock. That is a very similar situation what we saw this season with Mason Paris and Isaac Trumbull, I believe. That was a tight front headlock.
Well, hey, the
and
ref got in
Bastida
there,
went to sleep.
and the ref did his job, though. He didn't expose, he didn't let him give up points. The ref saw there was a problem. He broke the action. Look at this. This is nasty.
This is so nasty. He's
You
got him
talk
right
about
underneath the
pressure.
chin. There's that Gable grip, speaking of Dan Gable.
And notice where he's putting his ear. He's putting his ear right on the armpit. That's what's putting all the pressure on that carotid artery.
He was trying to turn him, but he's just too stubborn to not turn, and it ended up putting him out cold.
But does not give up any points.
Is the match over, guys? I don't know.
No.
It's not?
No.
What?
Not
it
over.
should be.
This is wrestling, Juliana.
Look at, he went to sleep, guys. He's like, in my sport, when you go out, it's over. Fight's done.
I'm not
No more.
disagreeing with you. I'm just sharing with you, no, this will go on.
That's
They'll
like
give
a
him moment
technical
here.
concussion, man. Like, you just got your life put out. Go home. Come back. Live another day.
I want to see these guys scrap.
Oh, my
I
God.
wanna see
You know
these
where that
guys
happened?
scrap.
He went for the shot.
Let's bring in Ben Askren. What do you have, Ben?
Yeah, this situation, you guys brought it up, just happened to Isaac Trumbull, Mason Paris a couple weeks ago. The wrestling rules are really ambiguous here. That hold is legal until you choke him. I thought the ref should have been on the opposite side of the action to see the chokehold happening because he got put out.
Ben, we were just talking about this the other day. I sent you that.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
So crazy.
Like I said, the Bastida did not give up any points. So he still leads this match here in the second round. 1-0.
He's mad. And
Bloody
he's saying
nose
that
for the former Cyclone.
blood time. And that's got to be, you know, your mental state. You just got put out. You know you just got put out. Now you got to go out there and try to go get a win. When you shot for the first time, you got stuffed like a Thanksgiving dinner and put out unconscious. So now you got to mentally be able to work yourself back up so that you can go shoot on this guy again and make something happen and win the match for your RAF debut. Meanwhile, this guy's chilling at home, being like, you're welcome to my house.
As you would call that, Shell, that's fried eggs.
Yeah, he's fried eggs. Yeah, you shut him right off. Hey, I am really impressed, though. I mean, I'm kind of just the physiology of how he could be unconscious but not roll.
He didn't go over.
Right, like there was something within him that knew I got to stay
It's
here.
incredible. Did not get scored on.
Nope, he didn't tap. He didn't say a word. He went out like a gangster.
Yeah.
So 1-0 in this second period, and we are ready to resume action. Slap of the hands once again. Here we go. You see Bastida in that white RAF singlet. Little blood on it. Good match so far.
Well, the other competitors better keep their eye on this Sharipov. This guy's special.
Yes, he is.
Three-time Asian Championships medalist. Earlier this month, he was silver, lost to Zaire of Iran.
punch.
It was back in May, actually.
Younger punching for that underhook.
Zaire's huge. You know, that's one of the guys that Gable called out. Gable Stevenson wants Sadulayev, and he called out Zaire.
Sharipov, Zagreb Open back in February, captured gold. He beat Wyatt Henriksen. Down to 40 seconds here in this second period.
Nice shot.
Good underhook there by Bastida. Collar tie right side there by Sharipov. Bastida goes and grabs a wrist.
Head down. Pull it, pull. Pull on his head. Pull on his head.
He's so far leaning forward, I almost just want to snap his head down for him.
So Bastida was on the shot clock. He did not score as he jacks up that underhook again. 1-1. And look at this from Sharipov.
Nice.
That is going to be 4 points beat to back, and he leads at 5-1.
That was nice.
Beautiful technique.
Absolutely.
What made that work, Chill?
Well, the opponent gets the underhook, right? Keith Gavin it made this famous really for Americans. He was the first American to start to go. The guy gets the underhook, so it's almost like you're in a defensive position, and then he steps behind him, and just clears him backwards. It is such a safe technique. If it doesn't work, you don't give up anything.
And we saw from Harutyunyan in the first match of the night, short time scoring. That was a big 4-point move there from Sharipov late in the second period, and he's 5-1 to the third. Younger Bastida, Chill's been able to get to that underhook, but he hasn't been able to score from that, hasn't been able to utilize that advantage position.
Yeah, no, you really got to do something with it. This was a great job by Sharipov, though. I mean, that's a 4-pointer. You take a guy feet to back. You remember Keith Gavin? He'd hit that on everybody.
Single leg and big cement hips again for
Once
Sharipov.
again, he's had a couple of pretty solid attacks, but it's one thing to get to the legs, it's another thing to get through them. And Sharipov has got some length.
He's just going to sprawl and take his back and go for his two. Oh, nope, the refs are going to stand it back up. I like that he's going for it, though. He's active. He knows he's down. He knows he's got to go, and you have to just go sprint now.
Of course, in freestyle wrestling, you want to score quick. Goes back to that underhook once again.
He's got to use
position.
it. Yeah, he switched that to his seatbelt. He's a little nervous there. He ended up just clearing out of it completely.
Got to find an angle. Straight on shot once again.
It's the single again. Put your head up.
Again, Sharipov, you are going to have to get an angle. Now he's going to pop his head to the outside, but again, those hips. Head on the mat, shoelaces flat, draws the whistle back to the center with 111. How do you get an angle, Chael, against a guy like Sharipov?
Listen, you got arm drags, you can come to elbow control. Ultimately, you have to move your feet, though. Whatever your anchor is, you've got to step those feet up. Boom, 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 boom. He's got to step that outside leg, follow with the lead leg, and he's just not doing that. Look, it's a hard thing to do, particularly for heavyweights. These guys are moving real good for big guys, but it is one of the problems.
No, they're not your grandpa's heavyweights, and Sharipov looks so athletic for being a heavyweight.
Well, what's Sharipov got to do before he sees Wyatt? I mean, he really does look like an impressive contender to me.
Speaking of Wyatt, Younger actually beat him in folk style, beat Wyatt in folk style.
Yes, he did.
But when we talked to Younger yesterday, he said, listen, I am ready for everything. I wrestled freestyle back home in Cuba. These guys are used to sleeping in the dirt and wrestling all day long. That's all they know is freestyle wrestling. So going out unconscious doesn't bother him. He still has 27 seconds to make something happen. And there it is.
And there's Bastida now. He's within 2. And he would win this match by scoring last point if he can get a turn. Work in a high gut. Load his hips up. We're down to 15 seconds. Bastida needs 2. It would get him the win. And strong power tear defense from Sharipov will bring them back to their feet.
Nicely done. Playing a little cat and mouse, Bastida. He was able to get that takedown. It was beautiful. Do it again.
Takes a shot right there off the whistle. Crowd is into this one. Sharipov goes back to that front headlock.
Not enough time. It's not going to happen. Uh-oh, I think he's going to go out again. He wants a tap.
Is going to win this one 5-3. Fun battle there at heavyweights.
Guys, I've never seen somebody go out and then continue in the match. That's actually pretty impressive by Bastida.
It's honor amongst thieves, right? Because Yonder would have choked him out if he was given the opportunity. He's not upset about this. He gets it.
No, I know. He shook his hand like a man. That was nice. I would have been like, screw you.
Back to Mackenzie Mitchell.
After 3 periods and a final score of 5-3, your winner, Shamil Sharipov.
Bastida.
Yeah, here's the lock right here. You'll notice he kind of switches from this fingertip to a gable grip. It's actually the palm going on top for the technique of this, and then he just sets his ear right down by the armpit, puts a little pressure. Oh, there's one.
That was a big move for 4.
That's the Keith Gavin. That's what I'm calling that technique.
You know what it looked like to me is like the old Dan Hendo, where you just throw a right hand and step behind him and get the takedown.
TJ Dillashaw would do something similar to that, right?
Right.
Coming up next, featherweight matchup with Andrew Alirez and Jaydin Eierman. Jaydin Eierman, his RAF debut. Alirez, RAF 6 in February. He teched Bryce Meredith 13-2. Jaydin Eierman, phenomenal career at Missouri and ultimately at the University of Iowa.
What is that?
Seltzer with lemon.
No, the ice.
Oh, that's Brio Nugget Ice. That's from the Brio Ice Maker. It's better ice, basically.
Better ice? Premium ice. Premium muscles need premium ice.
You know that's not what it's for.
Works.
What's your favorite part about this fan zone? Who you want to meet?
I want to meet Arsen and Cosmos.
I'm happy to be able to get to meet all the fans and do this. I just got to meet Dan Gable, which is cool. So I got to be a fan as the first time I've been starstruck, I think, in maybe my whole life.
Just different styles. I mean, when you see them in UFC, MMA, it's different, but never seen them in freestyle wrestling. So that's going to be interesting to see how they transition from one sport to another.
Don't read it yet.
Welcome back to RAF 10. What you just saw was the fan zone earlier today. Might have been the best one yet. They're completely sold out. The line was out the door before the event even started. And it's because of really cool moments you just saw. There were kids arm wrestling with some of the athletes. There were kids telling me how inspired they are to join RAF. And how about that 8-year-old boy dressed up as a bear? I asked him if he was going to do any moves with Arman and Hamzat. I'm not sure if that happened, but he did get Hamzat to stand up and smile, so I think that's a move in and of itself. Also gotta love Dylan Dennis telling me this is a fan zone for him too, because he met Dan Gable. I said, well, what'd you talk to him about? He goes, I don't know, I was so nervous, I've never been starstruck before. So if you're wondering who can make Dylan Dennis starstruck, it's Dan Gable, so now you know. But Dylan also talks about the kids. You know, I got Caitlin here, she wrestles and she crushes it in college. It's all about that next generation, and that's something really exciting coming up with RAF. So if you want to compete on RAF's biggest youth stage, scan the QR code now and secure your spot in RAF Next Gen, the official youth wrestling tournament series of RAF. The first one is July 19th in Milwaukee, so you gotta secure your spot right now. Shane, if this existed when you were younger, maybe you'd do it too.
Maybe. I will promise you would have been there. Great stuff, Abby. It is so cool. The fan zone. You get to, as you said, Abby, hang out with your heroes. Shake their hands, get their autographs, arm wrestle. It's a blast. Next matchup at 145 pounds, a featherweight matchup with Jaydin Eierman, the 4-time All-American at Missouri and Iowa, and Andrew Alirez, your national champion at Northern Colorado in 2023. RAF fans witnessed the power of Andrew Alirez in his debut win over Bryce Meredith, a 13-2 tech fall that included 2 4-point scoring moves. Tonight, he looks to introduce Jaydin Eierman to that same destructive force.
Andrew, question for you. You've accomplished a lot in wrestling and MMA already. What excites you most about competing in RAF and stepping onto the stage?
Just the whole show, the crowd, you know. The last show I was on was sold out, and this one's I'm hearing is pretty much the same. So being able to put on a show for the crowd.
If you beat Jaydin, do you think people will finally start giving you the same kind of attention?
I would hope so. You know, last time I went out and did my thing. This time I'm looking to score a lot of points. It's not going to be an excuse. He's going to look over and be like, damn, that guy was good.
Thank you, Andrew. Good luck.
Have a good one.
Andrew Alirez, fresh off his pro MMA debut in April, a first-round knockout, goes from the octagon to the RAF stage for the second time in his career.
Ladies and gentlemen, we move to the Real American Freestyle Featherweight Division. Introducing first from Columbia, Missouri, a four-time All-American at Missouri and Iowa, Jaydin Eierman.
Jaydin Eierman from Columbia, Missouri. He's back in his home state. It's been a couple of years since we've seen Jaydin Eierman on a wrestling mat. He was a four-time state champ at Father Tolton Catholic High School, the second four-time undefeated state champ in Missouri history. He is back home here in RAF.
And his opponent from Greeley, Colorado, an NCAA champion for North Colorado,
Alirez, two-time U.S. Open champ in 2020 and 2023. He was impressive back in February at RAF 6, 13-2 over Bryce Meredith. 13 points, tied for fifth in a Real American Freestyle match. As I mentioned, a couple of four-point moves. This matchup is brought to you by Kale's Cookie, created by Olympic gold medalist Kale Sanderson. Each cookie packs 10 grams of protein with 0 refined sugar. Get yours at kalescookie.com. Jail, I am looking forward to this match. Couple of guys that have been spectacular on a wrestling match.
Not to mention huge questions like, welcome back, Jaydin Eierman. I got to tell you that the son of Mike Eierman, legendary wrestler from Nebraska, legendary coach. But this is an incredible match. One thing about Jaydin Eierman, he's always known for having a feel and having techniques that other guys hadn't seen. You could beat him if you studied him. You could beat him if you had 3 or 4 chances with him. This is the first time Alirez has touched him. That is a massive advantage to Eierman.
And he is the hometown hero, and Alirez says nobody wants to get beat in their hometown, but unfortunately that's what I have to do to get it done.
Hey, Alirez is a nasty son of a gun. I'll tell you what, this guy can fight too. By the way, this guy's got MMA in his future. He was my outside pick to make the Olympic team.
As I mentioned, first round knockout in April.
I watched it.
Why does he look like the Karate Kid? Did he get a bump before he came out?
Yeah, he's one of the
straight on shots.
Hey, Sparks talked about this guy won the U.S. Open twice. He won the U.S. Open with a technical fall.
Nice chest wrap there for Eierman.
No points yet. Eierman on his hips.
This is where Eierman starts wrestling, guys. Everyone else would be beat right here. This is where the Eierman boys get going.
Wow, that's 2 for Alirez.
Nice job. He stays patient in the technique, and he scores first. 2-0 for Alirez.
I thought he was going to be able to sprawl his legs out and not get that, but
looking for a leg lace. His hands are locked. But look at Eierman.
Oh, no.
He captures that.
Oh my gosh,
nice too.
Way to roll out. That was close.
And guys, I got to come back. I got to come back to me, because I'm telling you, this is where he does his wrestling. It's the in-between with the Eiermans. When you think they're beat, that's where they get going, like Askren used to do.
And that's a point on the reversal for Alirez, who reclaims the lead. 3-2. I'm not surprised. When I saw this card, I'm like, this is a match I want to watch. 2 guys that let it fly.
What are they talking about?
They call Eierman the Riddler, and he is a tough riddle to solve. Short time, 15 seconds, fun first period.
Something happened with the arm there, guys. I couldn't quite see it. He was pointing to it. Then I got worried. Maybe it was like a bicep, a muscle, but I'm not quite sure what he was pointing to.
I think he says he bit him.
Fake there by Eierman. Couple of head taps there from Alirez.
What do you mean you think he bit him? Why would you think he bit him?
Because he pointed to his forearm, and so was Eierman. And
then did he like to his mouth?
No, but
why do you think
like
he bit
pointing
him?
to his arm because maybe when he was trying to do one of those moves.
Oh, I hope he did. I hope he bit. Let's see. Would it have been right here?
He's not biting his leg, that's for sure.
Now, this was great. Eierman was actually comfortable here. Alirez, but Alirez came out. Yeah, I thought
Eierman is comfortable everywhere. You know what reminds me of a little bit is like Rich Lovett, who we saw at RAF 9. Can wrestle in all positions, can hit some big stuff, not afraid to throw you.
Well, the old man, Coach Eierman.
Who's in his corner.
That's right, who's in his corner. But when he started his club, he gave all of the members a key, and they could come 24 hours a day, but he didn't give them always instruction. He wanted them coming in, even as kids, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, and just feeling things out.
Wow, what a shot. Alirez
No
is
points
so
yet.
quick.
No points yet.
Oh, look at how he's punching those hands out to try to get that exposure.
Oh, Alirez is mean.
And now they give the 2 points on the takedown for Alirez. You got to drop a supporting point down to the mat if you stay in that quad pod. it is no points. In folk style wrestling, it's points, but in freestyle, it's not.
It wasn't the exposure, but he got the 2 for the go behind. I apologize.
Jules, I'll give you a fun fact.
Please.
When Alirez won his NCAA title, he defeated Real Woods.
Beat Real Woods, had a nice throw in that match.
Yes.
Speaking of Real Woods, getting ready for that final X against Bo Bassett.
Yeah, we got Hidley versus Mike. Is that go down tomorrow, Sparks?
Hidley won both matches today.
Oh, what happened today?
So Trent Hidley, the reigning world champion.
So now he can still have him at his wedding?
Yes.
Yeah, that's still hard. That's so hard for those guys.
50 seconds to go in the second period. Alirez 5-2 lead. Gets a front headlock on Eierman.
He's saying the hold is...
How would you like to have to compete with one of your best friends? Your dreams and his dreams on the line. They had to do it twice in one day. I mean, that's a tough spot.
Teammates.
Tough spot for sure.
That's why I don't have any friends, Sparks. That never happened to old Jail. I'll put a knife right in your back.
Think back to the Olympic trials. Zane Rutherford, Nick Lee. That was a situation.
Sure.
David Taylor and Bo Nickel competed.
Change it up, change it up, change it up.
Control that center.
Speaking of David Taylor, just got a text from Dave Taylor. David's dad watching tonight. Glad to have everybody with us here on Fox Nation. Final 10 seconds. Eierman down by 3.
Nice
Snatches a single leg with 7 seconds. Alirez looking to score again. Goes to a double leg.
He didn't even hit a knee. He just did a snatch. That was great.
Great defense there from Eierman.
He hadn't got the exposure because his back didn't touch the mat. Is that correct now?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Well, to get exposure, you got to break 90 degrees.
Yes.
Difference between
2 for the go behind and
takedowns and exposures.
Yes.
There is Mike Eierman in the corner of Jaydin Eierman. Situation tonight as well with Sebastian Rivera. His father, Stephen, will be in his corner. It's been a long time. It makes these guys feel like it's 25 years ago as they were in the corners for their sons as they were coming up through the ranks. Here we go.
You know what he said? I can hear my dad a mile away from the Raptors. I can hear him all the way up there. And I said, you know, that's the same thing that happened with me when I was fighting once in Virginia for a UFC fight. I was making my debut. My mom got the worst seats in the house, and she was screaming at me, and I could hear her right in my ear.
I know your mom.
I could hear her like as if she was mat side.
That's great.
Special to have your parents in your corner, being able to be there for you. And you can especially hear them when they're screaming for you. You know that Eierman can do his dad.
Looking for that single leg once again.
The strength.
Eierman looking for something big. Good recovery there from Jaydin.
Nice hips from Alirez.
And let's give Eierman, let's not forget, okay, he's got the right to have a little ring rust. I mean, not for nothing. If this is a bad version of Eierman, how would you like to see him get 2 or 3 matches under
And
his
he
belt?
told
Come
me he
on.
wants to make a run at 2028.
Yeah, we haven't seen him compete in a while.
Believe 2024 last chance qualifier was the last time that he wrestled. He's got 60 seconds to dig out of this 3-point lead against Andrew Alirez.
He's an interesting one, though. Generally, you want to stay active, you want to be busy. Eierman does better when guys don't see him for a little bit. He's got a unique feel. Hide that, surprise him like he's doing to Alirez right now.
Alirez on the shot clock.
I want to see this snatch single by Alirez again. He's got to that leg twice.
Chael, do you believe in ring rust or mat rust?
Yes, I do. I don't want to. I want to be above it. I want to be like Dominic Cruz. But yeah, I think it's real. I had to sit out on a couple suspensions for breaking a plethora of rules with the commission.
I don't believe that. I do not believe that.
Allegedly, they accused me. At any rate, and yeah, when I came back, boy, I did feel it a couple of times.
Guys, situation right here with Eierman getting that point 5-3. Now with 20 seconds, a takedown would win it.
Go get it, Jaydin. Go get it.
Alirez doing a nice job with his defense.
Yeah.
Goes right back to the center, keeps territory.
And he's a 1-0 pro in MMA, and he's going to be a 2-0 at Real American Freestyle.
5-3, the final score for Andrew Alirez. In this featherweight matchup, he knocks off Jaydin Eierman. And Alirez, as you mentioned, Juliana, now 2-0 in Real American Freestyle. Let's send it up to Mackenzie Mitchell.
After 3 periods and a final score of 5-3, your winner, Andrew Alirez.
Andrew Alirez, before we get into it, let's give it up to your opponent. He came out to play tonight.
No, like I said, nobody wants to get beat up in their hometown. So I knew he was going to come to wrestle.
All right, so I was at home, minded my business. Can we remove the mouthpiece real fast? I was watching my computer. I watched you fight a few weeks ago. You looked great. Now I'm seeing you here at Real American Freestyle. Where is your head in terms of competition?
My head's more towards MMA. I want to be the UFC champion of the world. So that's what my focus is, but every time I come out here, I want to put on a show. Little sorry, I said I was going to score a lot more points, but look at this bicep. That happened like 10 seconds in the match. So
we saw that. Is that what happened? You had a little bit of a muscle pulling off the bicep. We thought perhaps you were signaling that your opponent had bit you.
No, nothing like that. Jaydin's a straight up gangster. So this happened right in the first exchange. Now it looks like shit, but hey, sometimes you gotta tape up your boo-boos and keep wrestling.
Andrew, you're always fun to watch. The crowd seems to love you here, as they did your opponent as well. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Andrew Alirez.
Sometimes you gotta tape up your boo-boos. That's exactly what Alirez did tonight as he knocks off Jaydin Eierman. Now Mackenzie Mitchell with a special RAF announcements.
Please welcome Abby Harutyunyan with a special guest in the house.